When starting Terminus Tees, I pulled from many different inspirations. I was in a band and we were touring, and like any band at that time, we had more promotional item quality merchandise. In other words, a standard t-shirt with a thick caked on plastisol ink. And that was just normal to us. But then I started noticing some of the bigger bands rolling around, and they had merchandise that felt so soft and the inks were so soft, and I wanted that kind of quality, but it was very hard to figure out how to get that. We would go into shirt and sign shops and try to explain to them what I wanted to do when I was in the band, and they didn't know what to do either. So I was on a mission to figure that out. Eventually the band stopped, and I started a company with my partner Mark, who was actually the person who printed my band's t-shirts. So we were both on this quest to figure out what some would call fashion printing. We're in Atlanta, so we heard that a lot of West Coast shops were printing that way. So we just dug in, got some knowledge, and we were inspired to bring to the merchandise scene for bands a softer product, a softer ink, quick turnarounds, understanding that bands would run out of shirts in a night and call you the next day and be like, good news, I sold out all of my merchandise. And we would say, good news, we can get you a replacement order, because most companies were saying, sorry, we have a 2-week turnaround, or you can pay a rush order. So it's almost like the bands were feeling punished because they were doing well in sales. So I wanted to provide a service understanding the band mindset. And that went further than that. It went into smaller businesses, churches, clothing lines, because I realized that you could merchandise anything like you do a band, because if your name has fans, you can merchandise it. We are from Atlanta, Georgia. I didn't want to go with the typical name like Atlanta T-shirts or Atlanta Tees or anything that sounded like that. But then I remembered that in history class that the name of Atlanta before it was Atlanta, one of the names was Terminus, or Terminus City. And that sounded really gritty and kind of cool, and it paired up with Terminus Tees. That's how it came about. So it really means Atlanta Tees in a really cool way. By the way, we get a lot of calls from people wanting to know if they can buy Walking Dead t-shirts, because there was a town of that called Terminus. And no, we were the original Terminus. So, sorry, Walking Dead. Let's see. Terminus was started technically in 2006. The band I was touring in broke up in 2005, and I took a year off to figure out what I wanted to do. I connected with my buddy Mark, who printed my band's t-shirts, and we came up with the idea for Terminus. So it's about 13 years now. Mark has been printing for a lot longer than that. He's a seasoned veteran. I don't even know how to really print a shirt very well, so we got together and we did this thing. For us to figure out how many t-shirts we sell in a week is kind of a challenge, because it changes so much because of the seasons. It could be because of the hoodie season. It could be because of long sleeves, short sleeves with a pocket print and the sleeve print on the side. So impressions, we can sometimes do 40, 50, 60,000 impressions, 20,000 shirts sometimes. So it's all over the place. The thing is, we have two modes here. It's extremely busy, and oh my God, it's so busy, like crazy busy. So we're always pretty busy, and we scale upwards in time, meaning we add more shifts instead of more presses. We have 4 automatic presses, we have 4 digital presses, and we just add more hours to the top of that when we're ready to expand. Deciding what design to put on our own shirts is a little bit of a challenge, because the first decision we make is how many do we want to give away within a year. We give away sometimes upwards around 10,000 t-shirts here that say Terminus Tees or some version of that as promo gifts, as ways to tell people thank you, for people to give to their friends, kind of like a business card that you can wear. We don't sell any of those. I've never made a dime off a Terminus shirt. Really, it's all about how much value can we give to people. What makes us decide on a design is really, what do we want people to wear? Sometimes it has to do with Atlanta. It could have been a punk rock band that we've spoofed their logo. Really, we just make the t-shirts we think are funny or cool, and we just give them away. We believe our t-shirts are a personal referral, because something's got to be pretty cool if you're going to wear it across your chest. So people want to know what that is. They say Terminus Tees. They get to know about us. I get asked often about cool stories, who I get to meet, what's something cool that happened in our shop, anything crazy. And we've been going through all kinds of things throughout all the years, funny stuff, not so funny stuff. more somewhat recently, because I'm more into marketing content and web content, there was a time when I was meeting with a client and we were looking out over the shop and looking through one of our windows at the production floor. And I guess one of the shirts got caught in the dryer. The shirt caught on fire. The employee scooped it out of the dryer with a mop and went running out the door with the t-shirt just blazing. And my client's just watching that happen. And I looked over at him and I'm like, we're really hot right now in the print industry. And he died laughing, got the order. I thought it was hilarious because I didn't know what to do. Now I wish I would have had a camera on that, because I would just put that out everywhere and just say our t-shirts are on fire, literally. It's really hard to choose the biggest one because you're always learning, and learning comes out of messing something up or failing at something. So through all the failures, of course, you have success. And I look back, and things that make us stronger today were things like going back and taking the time to get on the same page about stuff that you would see as not that important, or we all should just know that anyways, right? So I'm constantly learning and teaching myself about communicating and making sure people are tied together on the same page. That'll help you with your employees. That'll help you as business partners. So start on track and stay on track. See, that's one of those questions everybody's supposed to be, wow, I never knew this would happen. To a certain degree, yes, I feel that way. It's amazing when things finally happen the way you planned. And that's the point, is when you have an idea, you're already imagining it. You're already kind of seeing in your head what's next. And I always tell people I have kind of an ability, I guess you would say, or a talent, to be able to see somewhat 5-7 years in the future of what something's going to be. And I might not know all the details, but I see this clear picture of where I want it to go, and I keep that picture very clear, and I keep building on that picture, and I just create it with my mind, and next thing you know, we're heading that direction. So in a weird way, everywhere we're at right now, like, imagined it. It just is more amazing to see that that works so well. I wish people would just imagine a little more. Think really hard about what you want to achieve, what you want to do, and just make that picture in your brain, play it out like a movie, and just go for it. So imagine it first, then build it. If someone was getting into the industry right now, I would say open your eyes, take wisdom from the past experiences of others, but be very innovative. Find ways around what you're told how it used to be, because things are changing so much right now with digital coming into play. No one knows what's really going on. No one knows, will it all go digital? Will it all be just fad and go back to screen? And on top of that, where does the pricing lay? How do you charge somebody for multicolor screen, but now they only want to go digital, or backwards the other way? It's all over the place because the numbers don't perfectly match up because of time, cost of ink. There's too much going on right now. So if you're getting into this industry right now, great timing. But you got to work and get on the game of your knowledge. Watch every YouTube video you can. Call Next Level Apparel. They will answer all your questions about fabrics and what will print on this and will not. Trust me, ask questions from the people who've been there, get that wisdom, but come at it with a fresh new idea of how your talents are going to bring a new idea to the industry. I think often about what's changing in the printing industry, what the future is going to hold. There's so many different elements that are going to change. I think it's going to be based on buying habits. A big part of it is actually going back to old school principles and sharpening the turnaround time. The amount of time it takes that when a customer places an order that you're going to have it out the door in their hands. And the industry tells you that 2 weeks or so is what I always hear people say. That's going to be the downfall of most companies, I think, because they're going to say that's the way it's always been. And innovation steps in when you say, find the things in your company that was just, that's how it is, and change those things to the benefit of the customer, and you will dominate. So I think sharpening of the management of companies is going to be part of innovating into print right here, right now, including a lot of digital, hybrid printing and whatnot. And really just having solutions for the unique needs of companies as brands are starting to be more of a fan-driven entity. I think right now we're in a customer's market. It's all about what they want. What do they want product-wise? What do they want printed on it? Style of print, style of design. How do they want it? Do they want it digital? Do they want a screen? Do they want it delivered to the customer individually, or a full box at their office or on tour or wherever it's going to? It's going to be, what do you need from a service level? Not just, can I make your shirts? I got to press. I've learned from running a service-driven business that you got to know the customer. You got to know who they are. Really be friends with them. Not friends because you want their business. Friends because you really took an interest in them. Once that happens, you have the ability to talk about what kind of garments to use. Actually, you have the ability to suggest things. I've had situations where someone came in, just wanted some t-shirts for giveaways to their volunteers, and they wanted a standard t-shirt, but they left with a tri-blend with multicolor print, a very high-ticketed item, but they wanted to say thanks. They didn't realize that coming in, but we brought more of a marketing mindset to it and said, we need to make sure your volunteers feel great. They love the idea. And it wasn't about getting that higher ticket. It really was, what do they need to say thank you with? They have ordered so many times since then because we're listening and actually suggesting successful ideas. So we choose the garments based on the customer and their needs. Our whole company, I mean the individuals in our company, they love Next Level Apparel. All of our promotional t-shirts we give away are on Next Level Apparel. Next Level Apparel has been awesome because of the amount of products that they have that are practical, that people really want. Some of them have that nice, unique edge, but it really grounds itself in a fundamental look and what's going on currently. So people love it. It's very easy to sell. Also, we noticed Next Level was one of the only companies that we've had the phone ring off the hook, people asking for it. I have two favorite Next Level tees. One of them is my personal favorite. It's the 3600. I just love it. Love the way it fits. Love the black discharges. It comes promising that it will do that. And we do a lot of discharge printing. I love that our customers love the 6210 CVC blend. That shirt is so easy to sell. It's a great price point, fits great, looks great. It's got the heather pattern in a lot of colors, and we can actually discharge a lot of the colors. That's something you're supposed to not do with poly-blended tees, but we did it, and it was with Next Level. You know, in the band days, I noticed how people were not buying CDs anymore, so we doubled down on t-shirts. Then we made even more t-shirts. We had all the merchandise made. We had big displays of all those shirts, and people were flushing in to buy those, and it was awesome. But I was wondering what's going to happen in the future. And I had an idea of what if you could print t-shirts as they sell. The screen printing industry was a very hard solution for that. How do you set up so many screens at one time, then break them down as these things sell one at a time? Not possible. Digital comes in. We started a new division called Store Frontier, and that is our web store system where bands, companies, clothing lines, whoever can come in, upload their design, choose the product, choose the price. We print them as they sell, ship them to that customer, and the launcher of that store gets the profit. They can then use that profit on Terminus Tees bulk orders. So it's a way for us to help people earn money towards printing with us in bulk and make a way they can make income knowing which design is going to sell better before they invest in the bigger order. We believe that's going to be a huge solution for people in Shopify. We have made a Shopify integration. They can choose what design is going to pour into our system. We print those out and ship them while telling Shopify, hey, that order is done as well. Our overall goal is to help people solve their merchandise needs. We're always thinking of the customer. We're always wondering, what do they need? What do they want? And asking them that. And through our intuition, through the band scene and clothing line scene, we started Store Frontier. We think that our videos have a unique look, but actually they come from so many different points of reference. We grew up on shows like Pee-wee's Playhouse, a lot of Tim Burton movies, Tim and Eric, Eric Andre, Tom Green, all the way out to that stuff like The Office. Very mockumentary vibe to it. A lot of bands' album artworks like Primus and Dinosaur Jr. were paintings and clay animation that they were just using photography. There's something neat about seeing that real item in the screen and not using a lot of digital effects. So we kind of lean on that as far as effects go. And we're trying to create a fun experience. Not all of our videos are about t-shirts. We just goof off sometimes and really are just showing the world that we're having fun. And we know that attracts people. So that's a big inspiration for us. Most of our video content are jokes. Even if we're talking about the products we love, we bring a sense of humor while holding that balance of seriousness to talk about the product. I think we do that pretty well, and if not, we're having fun doing it. Thanks for listening to me talk about what we do here at Terminus. Hopefully that helps you guys. I want to say thank you to Next Level because they're so kind and wonderful, and they make great products, and they're so fun to hang out with. And when we made fun of their company through a video, they laughed. So thanks for not killing us, Next Level.